everyone, and welcome to Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. In the news, tickets are now on sale for the state basketball tournament. They are available for $16, first come, first served. Families and friends should purchase tickets at the admin building on Conley Street. High school students wanting to sit together in a student section should purchase tickets at the high school. There are some things that you might want to know. Persons age 2 or under can attend the tournament free, but they must sit in a lap. All tickets are for reserve seats. Anyone in a seat must have a ticket regardless of age. And parking is $15 cash. If you leave and come back, it will cost an additional $15. If there are questions, call the admin building, 903-885-2153. The Northeast Texas Choral Society is preparing for its next big show. It's called Stage and Screen and will feature beloved songs from television series, stage shows, and films. It's coming to the Sulphur Springs High School Auditorium Saturday, May 4th at 7 p.m. and on Sunday, May 5th at 2 p.m. The 100-voice choir is under the direction of Carol Allen. The Sulphur Springs High School one-act play was staged at the SSHS Auditorium Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. as Sulphur Springs hosted the district competition. The top plays in district will qualify for by-district competition at Texas High on March 26th and 27th. This year, the Sulphur Springs Drama Department is doing Jules Verne's Eats a Rhinoceros. The play is described as a wacky, time-shifting farce recounting the career and personal milestones of legendary female journalist Nellie Bly. Public performance took place Sunday afternoon at the auditorium. Cast members include Rachel Bramlett as Nellie Bly, Ben Brady as fiction writer Jules Verne, Anthony Arroyo as legendary journalist Joseph Pulitzer, and Chase Berry as a love interest. Other cast members include Hagen Hunt, Joseph Baxley, Jonathan Johnson, Nathan Brady, Reagan Kesting, Rory Young, Caitlin Monaghan, Allie Grace Woodard, and Caleb Talmadge. Crew and alternates include Belinda Flores, Trey Ransom, Cody Queen, Kennedy Dicus, Crystal Flores, Haley Fletcher, Brandon Williams, and the stage manager is Lucia Yanez.
Creative writing students of the Treehouse Christian School at Yantas are writing a play complete with music, sound effects, costuming, and sets. The title is Frostbite. Let's meet TJ, Gideon, Jameson, and Tristan.
TJ.
Okay, TJ, and you are?
My name is Gideon.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Tristan.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Jameson.
Okay, thank you, boys, for coming in this morning. Tristan, I'm going to pick on you first, and just to give us a little overview for what creative writing class is doing right now.
Currently we are working on a play, which is based off of a story that I wrote for one of the assignments.
Okay. So I was asking if all of you had been in plays before, and I think this is your first experience with the structure of a play on stage. Okay. So let me ask you a few questions so I can learn what you have been up to. TJ, you've been studying plays and how to write plays, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is this a mystery or what?
Yes, it's a mystery.
Does it have a title?
It's called Frostbite.
Frostbite. Okay, that sounds pretty exciting. Gideon, is this your first time to be able to do, what part do you play in the structure of this play?
I'm part of the props crew, so I help setting up the stage before the play actually starts.
Okay, props. And TJ, I think you said you're in
The sound?
Sound effects. Oh boy, I love that part. Let's get over here and ask Jameson a question. Is this your first play as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what is a part that you play in this?
I play as the character William in it.
And the character who?
William.
Okay. So you're part of the acting crew.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What about you, Tristan?
So I am the director, and also I am a unknown voice in one of the parts of the play.
Okay.
So.
The unknown voice. I love everything about plays, and I bet that you guys will too. So here's some things that makes the format of a play different from narrative writing. Does anybody want to tell me an example of narrative writing?
I will. So in a play, you have to specifically write what's happening so the sound people and the prop people can get what they need and do it at the exact right time.
Okay. So the sound and what else did you mention?
Prop.
Oh, the props, okay. Okay, at the right time. And it is very, very important for the effect on the audience. That's what you're after, is how all this affects the audience. So, Tristan, would you tell me a little bit about what narrative writing is too?
Narrative writing, the narrator, so person who's not in the story itself, they descript things like the location, how characters look like, maybe the emotion the characters are feeling without the characters having to talk.
Okay.
And so it just sort of helps set the scene for the story.
Narrative writing is very, very important in radio because the listeners cannot see anything. They depend everything on what is described to them. The characters have to be defined. So in a play, you've got their lines, the things they're going to have to say that you have to memorize. Let's see, as your character William. And then there's the setting. What might the setting, what is the setting like in your play? I'll ask you, Gideon.
The setting is like, it's, you've got to be, the props is kind of the place that it's in, and then the narrator will kind of set the mood, and the music can also do that. Like if there's eerie music, it's going to be, and the props are going to show that it's a dark place, and there could be something out there. So the setting is kind of, it's a mixture of different things that makes the type of play what it is.
Okay, very well said. And TJ, your sound effects, music is part of that?
Yes, ma'am. At the start and sometimes in the middle of the play, I will play eerie music, and such as sounds in the background, I'll also play.
Okay, good. Okay, so as far as a character, I'm going to ask Jameson if you have a costume. Do you have costuming?
Not really.
Okay,
it's kind of like just regular people.
Okay.
Just.
Well, maybe that then is your costume, just regular clothing like today. So, but you do have people who would design costumes and sets.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Are any of you on that crew? Okay. And of course, we have a sound effects crew, as we've been talking about there. The timing of sound effects. Can you tell us more about that, TJ?
Yes, ma'am. I memorize like what lines and to do it after, and exactly what sound effect to play to make sure I play the right one, and to make sure I don't play them in the wrong chapter, because sometimes you can get mixed up with stuff like that.
Okay. Very interesting about how the Treehouse Creative Writing class is working on a play. In fact, their first play. Their very first play to be involved in. So I'm going to ask you some questions, and I need you to answer in your way that you would, and we'll go through this pretty quickly. Were all of you in a creative writing class last year? And I'll ask Jameson.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Tristan?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I was not.
And Gideon was not in.
I was.
TJ is the only one. Okay, you had a little experience in the creative writing class. What about this anthology that the class is making?
We're making one this year, but it won't be available till next year in August. But for this year, we'll have more copies of last year's in May at the gala.
Do any of you know the title of last year's anthology? Tales from...
The Treehouse.
Right. I have a copy. I have an autographed copy. And I treasure it. So if you don't have that anthology that these homeschool kids actually wrote, get one. What is your favorite genre, Tristan?
That would have to be sci-fi, just because of the amount of creativity you can put in it, and there's really no boundaries as to what you can come up with in the story.
Okay. What about you, Jameson?
2 friends, 2 guitars.
2 friends, 2 guitars. Okay. And why?
Because it's about where these, me and a friend of mine it's a dream. Me and a friend of mine want to become rock stars one day, and we find this hidden guitar shop, and there's 2 guitars
Okay.
that we find, and they play beautiful together.
Okay.
And the owner of it said that these guitars has picked you. So we started playing gigs around Texas, and
Okay. This is a story that Jameson is describing. 2 friends, 2 guitars, and the guitars picked you, and you became rock stars. What a story. Oh, I was going to ask TJ, what is your favorite genre and why?
Mystery, because it keeps on pulling you in as you read.
Okay. And Gideon?
I like legends because they're kind of, they can be sort of like real life, or they can be completely something way crazy that could never happen in real life.
Okay. Another question for you on your writing. What other things about writing have you studied this year? Like other concepts of writing?
Tales.
Tales, okay.
Yeah, we studied storytelling, tales, personal writing, causes, and real life.
Causes and real life, okay. And storytelling, there's various elements of storytelling. So name me just some elements that a good story would have in it. Like the way your voice might change.
Yeah, you can change your voice to make the moment more dramatic, and and you can kind of like write it more dramatic and make it seem more serious than it actually is.
Okay. What about mime? What were you going to say, Jameson?
It needs to build up. The story needs to build up. Like, It can't just go, like, say if there's a mystery and she just found it. Like, say she just lost something. Like, you can't just go from there to way up there. You have to build up.
Okay. Right.
And I think good character development is something that's really, really important whenever it comes to storytelling.
And what about repetition? Something you would repeat for effect within your story?
You can constantly repeat, like, bad things that happen, but then suddenly things start going upwards and start happening good, and it turns in the story from a sad story to a good story.
Okay. And of course, the whole reason for storytelling is to engage somebody to listen to you while you tell that story. And how do you feel when you know you've told it and they've listened and they got it? Tristan, how do you feel about that?
I feel like that. I accomplished what I was meaning to, and I feel happy that all my work wasn't just a waste of time, that what I did really at least the readers liked it.
Okay, exactly so. And listeners, too.
Yes.
That's the part that I like the best. So each one of you are students at the Treehouse in Yantis. And how long have you been going there, TJ?
I've been going there, who knows, for a long time.
Okay. And Gideon?
I've been going there for, I started like late after summer of last year.
Okay. And Jameson?
I've been going for 4 years.
Okay. All right. And Tristan?
I've been going since the beginning. I don't remember how long that was ago.
Just since the beginning, and that's a good statement. It is a school for homeschool students, and all of you are homeschool students.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I wish we could just talk more. I wish we didn't have to end now, but we do. I'm going to wish you good luck and great success on your play that you're writing. And what is the title of the play again?
Frostbite.
Frostbite. We will have to come back and revisit this and find out how Frostbite turns out. Thank you all for coming in today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you to Sharon Felt, who is teacher of the creative writing class at the Treehouse.
In sports, the Wildcats soccer team lost to Greenville Friday night 3-1. It was a much closer outcome than the earlier game at Prim Stadium back on February 12th. I talked with Wildcat soccer coach Alexi Upton.
Yeah, it was Greenville on Friday. It was a really good game. We were actually up 1-0 at halftime. We played really well with them. It was a massive improvement than being down 3-0 at home. We played really well with them. It was 1-0 at halftime, and our kids, they're young and they're inexperienced. They lacked that in-game composure. Fans started getting kind of rowdy and calls didn't go our way. And, instead of being composed and collected, we kind of just started falling off. And, that just comes with us getting more experience. But to know that we can play with anybody in the area and in the state is very important for us. I mean, Greenville's the top, 5 team in the region, so that's a really good result for us. So.
Tell us about your one goal you got in that one.
Our one goal was Andrew Escobar Sr. He just kind of came up from the back in defense, and he just hit a shot out of nowhere. I mean, his goal celebration, he was like grabbing his face, and he was just shocked that he scored as well. But it was just a really good shot, and he just let it go, and it was nice. And credit to him, he's a great kid, and we're trying to get all 3 of the seniors off somewhere to college, and they definitely deserve to go. So.
Yeah. It sounds like several games ago you kind of tinkered with your defense a little bit and sound like it's made some positive, though you've really gotten a lot tougher to score on now.
Yeah, we switched up our formation. I think we were a little too attacking and we were leaving giant gaps, and now we're kind of sitting back more and being more defensive. Got 5 defenders now. And I think that's helped us out a lot, and it's put us kind of where we want to be. All the games are staying close, and it's really letting us control our own fate a little more than when we were the other way. So.
All right, and you moved your next game now to be on tomorrow night because of this very chilly weather today.
Yeah, it's 20 is the low tonight, so we didn't want to play in that. The girls are going to try to force their way into the game, but we didn't want that. So we're going to move to tomorrow night, still at TJC. Lindell Stadium's getting renovated, still at TJC. And then our game that was on Friday for MP has been moved to next Friday because that's our district bye week, and a lot of people are moving their games to that day. So works out for us. Nothing changes. We'll be Tuesday, Friday next week, and then Tuesday after that, and we'll be done. And, yeah, we've got 3 more games, but the big one is this week on Lindell. Trying to get into 3rd place, and we need to get a win this week.
Yeah, they were very dominant when they played us at home, but again, with this new defense and everything, you're hoping it'll be a much, much tighter ball game.
I think it'll be a lot closer game. I don't think that they're going to just expose us the way they did, and I think our defense wasn't ready, and we've changed some things, and I think we're ready to go this time. So.
A big wide field over there in this college field.
It's
guys will be spread out way over there.
Yeah, it's a college field, so it's about 20 yards, 15 to 20 yards wider on each side, 30 yards total. So it's wide, and you just got to go play the game. You can't let different factors and different elements trick you up. Just go play your game and do you, and hopefully we do that. So.
I would think they kind of enjoy playing on a college field, big time and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's a nice little taste, especially for our seniors. Those 3 are definitely going to go play somewhere. So I think it's a really good taste. And even for our younger kids, our juniors and our sophomores, it's good for them to get that little taste of that and see what the next level looks like. And it's very interesting. It's just like colleges, just like kids playing a high school game, but it played at UTA or something like that. And you go into that college atmosphere and you're like, oh, wow, this is different. So it's a cool experience.
The Lady Cats soccer team improved their playoff outlook with an impressive 3-1 win over Greenville Friday night at Prim Stadium. We get more from Lady Cats soccer coach Joel Bailey.
A very impressive win for us. Jumped on them early, held them off, got a lot of people in the game. Comfortable 2-goal lead. Burned the clock in the second half with a lot of substitutions and rotating around and whatnot. But yeah, just very convincing victory. Obviously, they've got some key players that, number 14, De Leon, who's no relation to our previous coach, Coach De Leon. It's an electric player. She scored one for them, but we put pretty much a game-winning goal, equalizer, and just in the second half to just kind of secure the victory. But yeah, just scoring from all kinds of places, not just one player, several players. So hopefully riding the confidence into this Lindale game tonight.
Tell us about those 3 goals and those young ladies.
Yeah, I'm going to try to remember it all. Probably don't remember the exact order, but Haley Robinson scored, Keely Hudson scored, and Janine Yamaguchi scored. And then with the assists, Bailey Arrington, Keely, and Janine also had assists. So big nights for them. McKenna Gamble always consistent and solid in the goal. Back line is improving, and that's what you want. You want to be defensively strong as you finish up the second round of district. Where we stand right now, if we win and a couple other key matchups go our way, we can jump from 5th place to 3rd place.
Wow.
Just in one game. That's just how close we kind of are. And then obviously we've had some schedule changes with the success of the boys basketball team, so we definitely wish them well. And then we turn around and play a Monday after this crazy weekend in T High on their senior night. So emotions will be high. It'll be in T High. It's a definite must win for us to really lock in 3rd, at least 4th place, so moving forward.
And then, of course, you got Lindale coming up in the cold tonight. And that was a close one, 1-0 there on that big wide college field. And no reason why we can't reverse that result here at home.
Absolutely, yeah. Home field, so the girls know the surface. We'll probably know the referees, probably the same or someone that we've had in the past. And, the wide field really didn't affect us as much as I thought it would. They actually, played really well on it. They didn't get lost. They transitioned well, and they actually used the width of the field kind of as an advantage. We just made one mistake and they capitalized on it, and that's what teams do. You exploit an area or a weakness, and we got caught napping, and that just happened to be the game difference. But the way we're playing now, hopefully mistakes will be few and far between tonight, and we can just jump on them early, and hopefully the wind will calm down. It's going to be a cold one. That's why we moved the game up, so it wouldn't be extreme. But yes, the weather will be a factor tonight.
Dress warmly and come out and support those Lady Cats.
Absolutely, and good luck, basketball guys.
Well, several days ago, it looked like this would be a very active game day Tuesday, but the very cold weather took its toll. The Lady Cats soccer team is playing Lindale at Gerald Prim Stadium in a varsity-only contest that started at 5:30 p.m. Here's what happened to the rest of Tuesday's schedule. Lady Cats soccer game at Canton was canceled. The Wildcats baseball district opener at Royce City was moved to Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Wildcat soccer game against Lindale at Tyler Junior College has been moved to Wednesday, with JV at 5:30 p.m. and varsity at around 7. Finally, the Lady Cats golf tournament at Garden Valley in Lindale was moved to Thursday. And that's Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. Thank you for joining me, and so long, everybody.